Hey friends, it's Tracy from HallOfFameMoms.com with that curriculum video that I mentioned in my last video that I was going to give you. I'm in my sunroom right now and it's warm, and if you watched my last video, I did have a fan on in here and it made some background noise that could be annoying, so hopefully that wasn't too much of a distraction. I'm not using the fan today. So, here in Ohio, we have to do along with our notice of intent form or letter that we turn into the superintendent, we need to have a list of the curriculum that we're using. It doesn't have to be great detail, but they have to have some kind of an idea of what we're using. It's supposed to be only for informational purposes, and we can change our minds later if we want. So basically, this is it. I have one student this year, our oldest, wants to do his last year. This is his senior year. He wants to do it at public school, so that's where he's at. And so our youngest is a sophomore this year, and he wanted to just continue homeschooling. So we're looking at things that I picked for 10th grade. I'm an eclectic homeschooler. I don't subscribe completely to one method. Noisy drivers. Or noisy cars. I don't subscribe to one particular method, and I don't usually do a whole out-of-the-box type of curriculum. So I really feel confident that I can pick and choose what I want. I don't test or grade everything. Well, not like I guess you would have, in a typical school setting. Since the boys have been in homeschool, I did do grading, but not typical. Does that make sense? Anyways, being their teacher and stuff, I can be flexible with how what I want to use for grading and stuff like that. But I wanted them to have that, and I will even with Jack. Even though the boys don't want to go to college, that could change. I know it changed for me. I didn't want to go to college, and later I did. So I want to have I want them to have what they need and to have a transcript that is college ready, should they change their mind. So, with that said, what we're using for Ohio history and USA history, geography, government, that kind of stuff is this book that my dad gave me. He's into antiques and stuff like that, and he had this book called Along the Ohio Trail. It's a short history of Ohio lands. We're going to use this. And The American Story, The Beginnings by David Barton and Tim Barton. You can get this book possibly on Amazon, but I think I did buy it at Wall Builders, actually, their website for that. So he'll be reading those. For math, he's had big books already with Learn Math Fast, the algebra, the pre-algebra, stuff like that. But we need to keep working on these things. He does. So we're going to start out with some review using these books for pre-algebra and algebra. They're by Mark Twain Media Publishing Company. And so we're going to just work on some review. And then we may go back to some Learn Math Fast review, that brand. For science, I didn't bring the, I forgot to get to grab the CD case, but we're doing Chemistry 101 by Westfield Studios. It's a Christian, they have this 101 series where they have physics, biology, and chemistry, and I think they have since come out with general science, which I don't know if we'll go and use that since we've already used the others. I also bought this molecular kit, and I had my son do this. This was in the instructions, but this is the atom structure or the molecule structure for caffeine. And I was like, well, I want you to do that. So I drink coffee, and I thought it was relevant. So he worked on this today after we watched the second lesson from the DVD series. Again, those two things don't come together. I just put them together. For electives, I'm just going down in the order basically that I have this on my sheet. For electives, he's doing, where did it go? For electives, he's reading this book on careers. And he already found something in here that he thinks would be good for him, but it will probably require college. So he's going to have to rethink whether or not he wants to go to college. So he's reading this. That's the only thing I have down for him for that. Oh, no, you know what? He's interested in learning the ukulele. So we have one of those. Both of the boys took guitar lessons some years ago. Our oldest transferred into doing ukulele, so we have a ukulele. And Jack is motivated motivated to learn the ukulele right now. So he's finding videos and learning stuff to help him with that. Language arts and all that jazz, the spelling and vocabulary, whatever. We're doing the learning language arts through literature, the world literature one. So the boys did. Jack did. He did more of it than actually he finished the book, but he did the I think it was U.S. literature or something like that last year. So we're going to do the world literature this time. He did well with it. A lot of the reading is going to be in this other book you're going to get that you need with this with the workbook. Okay, now I still have there still are some books that aren't in this one that I'll need to get, but I may be able to get them all at the library. So you want to keep that in mind. If you don't want to be buying books, always check with your library, and if your local library doesn't have it, they may be able to get it from another state, from a college or whatever. So be sure to inquire about that. But this world literature also has this book with it. And this is test and answer keys. So I mean, if you want to use that with it. Just to backtrack real quick, because I did have this book out with the Chemistry 101 DVD series. There is, with this series, I know the 3 that we've done, there's a guidebook and quizzes. So it's basically your workbook, and that you can print off. And there's something else that you can like keep up with the credits and stuff like that. So the only thing, I don't really need the other thing. I found out just the way that I do school with them. But this is the book that I definitely want to print off. And so what I did is, I call Office Max. I get their special email that I can send my PDF to them, and then I have them print it off. Since I'm an HSLDA member, I get a discount at Office Max. So I think this with tax, this book ended up costing me $13 to get spiral bound, to have a see-through cover and a black cover, to have it double-sided. That was my discount for this, okay? So yeah, so in addition to the videos with the 101, Chemistry 101, there's this workbook. Okay. For health and PE, I'm going to have him put together his own workout plan, and I still need to buy the book. This is my test and quiz book, teacher book, right? Yeah. So this is my teacher book. My oldest, I had him do this before he went to public school this year. So anyways, I still need to buy the workbook for Jack. So, and that's health. And in Ohio, we have to have fire prevention, first aid, safety, something along those lines. So we'll probably do like YouTube, maybe some review over the fire plan in the house, like how to get out and stuff like that. For fine arts and music, I've had this book since we did classical conversations many years ago, and I was a tutor in the foundations, and we use some of this. So I'm just going to have him like do some reading in this, and plus, actually, with him doing ukulele, that can work in there too. So yeah, so that's basically it. And because we are active, my boys are active in their youth group at church, and they're learning at church and stuff like that. I do give them credit for earned credit for what they're learning there, and that sort of thing. And they do serve, so they get volunteer time when they help out with Vacation Bible School. And I think that's it. So if you have any questions, you can leave me a comment down below. If this was helpful, please consider giving it a thumbs up and a share. And if you haven't subscribed, you can subscribe and hit the bell so you get notifications when I do the next video. And the next video, I have it right here. I might even do it today. The next video is going to be a book review on this that I just read. Everybody should read this book, especially Christians and especially politicians. And we need this more than ever in recent history, probably. So this is a really important topic, and I will be doing a video on this, like I said, probably today. So anyways, I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching.